I'm Laura Madden. For those of you who are new here, new to me and what I'm all about, I'm a sustainable fashion advocate and a consultant and also an artist. And everything that I pretty much do and talk about and share and write about revolves around this merging of sustainability and style. And how can we make it fun? How can we make it cool? How can we make it the norm? Hopefully one day it will be. I also, it's like this conversation is really important to me about using fashion for good. And so a lot of what I do is helping people see how they can use fashion to make them feel good, but also using fashion to do good for the planet, for the environment, as it relates to sustainability. Really, really big one, really important right now. So thank you guys for being here. And also, if you want to know more about my art, please follow me on my art Instagram, which is at ReFashionTalk. All of my art is upcycled. So again, that as well goes back to that merging of sustainability and style. And, how do we do that in our everyday lives? So hope you'll follow my art over there because we're having a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun. So I hope you'll have fun as well. Anyway, so thank you guys for being here. Quick update. I will be doing these ReFashion talks every Monday and Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, at least for now. And while we're on this isolation period, this homebound period, I don't know how long I'll be doing them beyond that or otherwise, but for now, I will be doing them every Monday and Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So East Coast, that's 2 p.m. My East Coast family and friends, 2 p.m. Please send me, questions, topics, suggestions that you might want me to talk about. And I just have to thank you guys so much for sending me questions, sending me some super kind comments. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching on Friday. Thank you for being here. It means so much. And like I shared just a little bit, I love talking. I could get on here and talk for hours, but if it's not helping anyone out there in any way, shape, or form, then what's the point? It's like just self-entertainment. So I hope that there's someone somewhere out there that, I can share something that can help someone in some way. So if you do have any suggestions of things you'd like me to talk about as it relates, relating to fashion, sustainability, the psychology of clothes, style, self-esteem, even upcycling, then I really hope you will reach out to me because, again, I just want to help offer something that is somehow beneficial to someone out there. Thank you for that. So, also, really proud of myself. I figured out how to get all of my videos into IGTV. If you're new to me, then you might not realize I'm so ridiculously horrible with technology. And I'm like living in the dark ages when it comes to managing social media and technology. As much as I love getting on here and sharing and, meeting people and networking with people, I'm just like such a hack. But I will be putting all of these videos on IGTV. So my video from Friday, if you missed my live, that is now on IGTV. So all these videos will be going on IGTV where they will live hopefully forever. So if anyone wants to watch them at their leisure, and I hope you will, that's where they'll be. So everything is on IGTV and you can go and watch that. Hi guys. All right, so I just want to say hello. Oh my God. Hey Tracy, Carissa. Hi Jules. Paulina, thank you. Oh, that is my bathroom. See, I told you. And now it's like, how do I even get back? See, I told you. That's how bad I am. Note to self, do not tap twice while you're filming a video. Hi, JP. East Coast friend. Okay, so guys, questions. If you have a question you'd like me to address or a suggestion, I'll go as far as saying constructive criticism even. What I want you to do is down at the bottom of the screen, there's that question mark. So if you want to like share something that you want me to see, please put in the question mark because otherwise if it's in the comments, things just get buried and lost and I'm just horrible at managing those types of things on here. So if you have something like a question or comment that you want me to see and address now, today, on this video, then please just put it in that little question mark. Just tap that and you'll be able to type it in. And everything I say helps. Oh, well, I'm going to take your word for that. Thank you, Franchella. So anyway, that said, let me see. Something I want to share is that word ReFashion. I'm calling these talks ReFashion Talk. I've branded my art as ReFashion Art. So you might be wondering, what the hell does ReFashion mean? Well, as far as I know, it's a word I made up. It came from right here. Give you the Cliff Notes version of ReFashion. 5 years ago, I wrote that word in a journal. It was 2015. And last year, 2019, was cleaning out boxes of journals, and I opened that journal and saw that word. So I wrote that word in my journal. And so last year, I decided to rename my blog ReFashion Report. And then later that year, which was last August, I decided to brand my art as ReFashioned Art. What the hell does that mean? So for me, ReFashion means the reimagining, the reinvention of our relationship to fashion. And unfortunately, right now on this planet as a collective, it's something that really needs to happen. For me, fashion, when I bring something into my home, into my wardrobe, fashion for me is forever. I'm not going to take something home if I don't see in some way that I plan to have this or deal with it forever. I have to have an end life for it. So it's being very responsible with our fashion versus the polar opposite of that, which is, you know, shopping something like fast fashion, which is not necessarily made to last forever. It's rather disposable. And quite frankly, most fast fashion brands are trashing the planet and operating with major social injustice. That's all I'm going to say about that. But refashioning is this reimagining of our relationship to fashion and having it be something responsible, but at the same time, so freaking fabulous and fun. It doesn't have to be serious and gloom and doom and sacrifice, not at all. And I want to be an example of that because I feel I've gotten to a place of being very responsible with my fashion, but I'm having a ton of fun. So it's not something that has to be like unfun. The whole point is to have fun. ReFashion also, and I know this is kind of turning into the encyclopedia version of the Cliff Notes version, but ReFashion really addresses three things. And these are the three things that I really talk about on my blog and, address pretty much all the time. And that's how the fashion that we choose affects us on the inside, how it affects our self-esteem, how we feel about ourselves, our self-worth, our mood. It's also fashion in relation to how it affects people around us. Just as our fashion choices can affect ourselves, it can also affect those around us in our environment. It can, bring people up or bring people down. And then thirdly, it's how fashion affects the environment. How the fashion we choose affects our environment, as in the planet. Like I said, there's certain fashion. We'll take one end of the spectrum, secondhand fashion. Super, super good for the planet because it's helping to reduce waste, it's helping to conserve resources, versus the polar opposite, which would be fast fashion, which is blowing through resources at an alarming and unsustainable rate. So that is ReFashion in a nutshell. Welcome to ReFashion Talk Live. I refashion everything. I hope you'll also check out my blog, ReFashion Report, and that's at IamLauraMadden.com. Let me see. Want to just share briefly what I'm wearing today. You will also, this by the way, is a caftan. What is better than a caftan when you're homebound? I mean, seriously, working from home, working from the couch, nothing more comfortable. I don't care what kind of sweatpants or yoga pants you're in. There's nothing more comfortable than a caftan. So this is by a zero waste brand that I've worked a bunch with called Tonlé. Tonlé is a San Francisco based brand, but their factory is actually in Cambodia. They have a zero waste factory. And I'm super proud of this brand and everything they're doing. And I've worked closely with the founder, owner, Rachel Fowler, and she's amazing. She cares deeply about the fashion industry and using fashion for good as well as the planet. And so this caftan, I don't think it's actually in production right now, but I love this caftan. Please check out their website. I will link it. And again, this will be on my blog later today, so you can find out more details about it and the brand. and everything they're doing. That's so amazing. So this kaftan is made out of dead stock. They have other things on their website right now that are very similar to this. And I just love how it is the perfect blank canvas for the plethora of jewelry I'm wearing. Now, there is a method to my madness. Yes, I'm wearing a number of pieces today, which I am very proud of because I made these things. Yes, I made these things myself. That was my Easter celebration yesterday. So all of these things came from other pieces of jewelry that I took apart and then put back together and made these really awesome bracelets. You can't tell here with this camera, it's horrible, but I pulled apart some necklaces, beautiful chains, but they were broken. I'm not throwing them away. So I pulled them apart and I made bracelets out of them. And then I added some little charms. I love this little feather. I know it's horrible to see, I apologize. But anyway, I love them. They're so fun. Earrings are not, I did not make these, but they are mismatched. So I'm going to consider that something I made upcycled as well because they could have been thrown out, but I am reusing them, re-wearing them, reworking them into something that works for me today. So anyway, that's what I'm wearing today. Please check out my blog later today. I am Laura Madden. I will have more on this kaftan by Tanlay, zero waste brand. So want to just touch, again, I shared a little bit on Friday, like why am I doing this? Why do I feel called to offer or share these ReFashion talks? And I'm just so heartbroken about what's going on. And I thought, what can I do to help? Like, I don't know. Is there anything I can do to help right now? Anybody? So I just thought, if there's anything I can get on hand here and share that might be of some value to someone somewhere out there, then I'm going to just get on here and talk. And I do hope that something I share is of value. So I'm really curious how this situation is affecting you in a positive way. What has come to light for you that is positive? What new things are you creating? Like, what is the silver lining for you? Like, what has come to you with this great pause that we're in? I mean, at first I was just so irritated and pissed with this whole thing. Super anxious, super fearful. And, now I'm like, I'm in acceptance of what's happening. And it's just one great big pause. And I'll share a few of the things for me that have come to light. Hey, Laura. Hi. Molly. Oh, you'll love this. Sorry, Molly. No used clothing, but used jewelry. Hey, Crystal. So thanks for watching. So a few things that have come for me. One, getting on here and doing video. I love to talk. I could sit on here and talk for hours. I used to be a home shopping channel fashion host once upon a time. So I really love to talk, but I don't really do a lot of video because I also really don't like looking stupid. And I know my lighting sucks. I know my backdrop sucks. My makeup, could really use some makeup. And my acoustics really suck. I've got like a massive echo I'm in my bathroom closet. So I know this is imperfect. But I do enjoy doing this. And I do hope that I can somehow bring some value to someone somewhere. So, I'm pushing past the imperfection of it. These are very casual, very unpolished, off the cuff, unrehearsed, clearly, as you can see, but I'm doing it anyway. So that's kind of one of those things that has come out of this for me. The other thing is wardrobe, clothing. One of the other things that I love talking about, and I love to help people with, wardrobe. So one thing I'm noticing and have noticed, because I've been forced to get present with my space and my environment and my stuff, is that I have way too much stuff. But I also happen to have way too much stuff that I really love. And so I'm just realizing, I can use this in a positive way because I've come to terms that most of this stuff these are not things I'm getting rid of because I love them. They have special meaning to me. They fit me. They're useful to me. And I do see myself wearing them for years to come. So what I have right now, I'm not getting rid of. So I'm using this time to restyle what I already have, and I highly, highly, highly hope, encourage you to do the same. Go through your wardrobe, and I know it's really hard to get rid of things. I definitely struggle with that. And especially during this time, I think, you really have to be in the right headspace to get clear about what's staying, what's going. So if I can offer you anything, please go through your stuff and restyle what you already have. When that day comes where we all have somewhere to go again, how can you rewear these things in a brand new way? So it's like you've got a whole brand new wardrobe, but it's the same. And at the end of the day, it's the best thing for the environment to rewear and restyle what you already have. And honestly, that is, I think, my gift, because I've been wearing a lot of the same clothes for many, many years, and just keep restyling, redoing it. And a lot of times people think I'm wearing things that are totally brand new, but I'm not. Let me see here. Okay, so that's a thing for me. So I hope you will go through your closet, restyle looks. If anyone wants more help with that, please reach out to me. I love restyling looks because there's always another way. And sometimes it just takes like an outside eye to see, how something can go together in a way that you may not have thought of. So yes, that's that. So curious, what are you doing with this great pause that, what's great that's come out of this great big pause for you? I would love to know. I hope you will share. So last week, somebody, my friend Gina, she had a suggestion. She wanted to know, like, how can we make secondhand shopping, I guess, easier, less overwhelming, because secondhand shopping can be very overwhelming. And if you've followed me at all here, you know that I shop at least 90% secondhand. I love secondhand shopping. I fully believe that it is the most sustainable fashion. It is the most sustainable way to shop. And so I'm all for it. But I know it's not for everybody. It can be more time consuming if you're not used to doing it. So today I do want to talk about a few of those tips, and I will talk more about that in the future. I just noticed that we're just about at 20 minutes. I really wanted to keep these ReFashion talks to 20 minutes, but obviously editing is not one of my strengths because, like I said, I could just go on and talk forever. But I do want to really keep these short and sweet. But before I go into that, I do want to give just like a really brief recap of what I went over on Friday. And that was the first ReFashion talk. If you want to watch that, it is in my IGTV, like I mentioned. So we talked about getting dressed and how I have made getting dressed my everyday ritual. It is part of my wellness regimen. It's part of my mental health regimen, especially during this time. Not only during this time though. So what's the deal with getting dressed? What's so good about it, and how can it help you? One, it is taking positive action. It's starting your day with a positive action. If nothing else, you have done one positive thing for you. Simple. Get dressed, put yourself together, something you love. It doesn't have to be fancy. I post my daily looks every single day in my stories. Obviously, I'm not doing anything fancy. Most days it's a t-shirt and jeans, but I'm picking out something. I'm spending that time with myself, putting together something, wearing something that I love. And that is what is going to, have that effect on the inside for you, and to help you feel like, you're in some sense of a regular routine. There's some sense of normalcy. You have some sense of certainty in this super uncertain time. So getting dressed, taking positive action. Also, and this is super important for me, it is getting you in your creative brain, in your creative state. It's challenging your creative side. And so for creative people like me, I need to be creative on a regular basis, on a daily basis. I need to do something creative. I need to challenge that creativity. I need to tap that creativity. I need to use it. And if I don't, that's when I start to get like wishy-washy and anxious, and it just kind of like brings me down. So I need to use my creativity, and for me, it helps me so much. And some days getting dressed is like my art. Even though I'm not doing anything special, I know. But some days it's just like, that is how I'm able to be creative. So again, being creative, it gets you out of the fear brain. So it's like your brain, we've got the creative brain, we've got like the fear brain. And so if you can get yourself out of the fear into the creativity side of things, it's putting you into that more like positive state, this place of possibilities. It's like that place of play. And think of play when you were a kid. Like playing was like no rules. It felt good, right? There were no rules. You did what you wanted. And that's the same with getting into your creative side with whatever it is that you're doing. It's like there's no rules. You're having fun. And it puts you in that space of an open road, possibilities versus the fear, like gloom and doom, constriction. Everything is scary and everything sucks. So getting dressed, it is creative. Let it be your creative thing, if nothing else, for that day. Hey. Hi, Jessica. And so the last thing about getting dressed is fashion is transformative. You're doing something good for you. What you wear can lift you up just as easily as it can bring you down. So it's a feel-good activity. It's going to make you feel good. And that's bottom line. What we need right now is more things like filling our day with things that feel good for us. I'm not talking about vices. I'm talking about real like activities, whatever, rituals, chores, whatever, however you want to label it, but things that really make us feel good from the inside out. For me, that's fashion. It's play. It's total play. So secondhand shopping, anyone out there, secondhand shopping, let me know, what do you think of it? Are you doing it? Or I know no one's doing it right now, or you could be doing it online right now. We've got awesome consignment shops right here in Arizona. Many of them are selling online at Designer Treasure Hunt. My friend Crystal, she's designer reseller. Check her out. You know, you can find her here on Instagram at Designer Treasure Hunt. She sells secondhand designer. You can get it right now. No brick and mortar. So that's something you could do now at TBC Consignment, selling online. At my sister's closet. They're also Arizona based, but there's others. You know, there's the Real, Vestiaire, Poshmark. Let me know. Are you doing it? I know for sure I will continue doing it once this epidemic is over. When it is that I do go back out and shop again, I guarantee you it's going to be a while because of my realization that I've got way too much stuff already as it is. But I will for sure be shopping secondhand because again, I feel like it is the very best thing you can do for the planet, fashion-wise. It is the most sustainable way to shop at this point in time, as far as I'm concerned. And also, it is the best shopping that I have ever done because I simply find the best stuff. How to make it more, how to make it less overwhelming and more fun. I've got three simple things that I want to share. One, and this is something I always do, and I think I've just always done it subconsciously because I'm such a visual person. Keep a folder on your phone of photos of items that you love and you want to find. You know, I keep photos on my phone. There's tons of things. I'll give you a few. Right now, tulle skirts. If I'm going to go shopping, I want more tulle skirts. I want a leather motorcycle jacket. I'll admit, I have a massive collection of black blazers, but that's something I wear all the time. So I got black blazers in my little shopping folder. I will buy another black blazer. Totally transparent on that. But have a folder in your phone of items that you want to find. And I swear there's some weird thing that happens. At some point in time, you are going to find those items. And when you go into that store and it's like one big mess of stuff, it helps you to like streamline. It helps you to put the blinders on. I'm looking for these things, you know, whatever it is, these 3 things or these 2 things. So keep those photos on your phone, keep it in a folder so it's organized. You don't have to go digging through your, you know, thousands of photos if you're anything like me for those items. And I don't know if it's like a law of attraction thing or what, but chances are better you're going to find what you are looking for. So, and you can just take screenshots. I mean, that's usually what I do if I'm on Instagram and I see an outfit I love, or if I'm on Pinterest, I see an outfit I love, or, you know, a pair of shoes or a jacket. I just take a screenshot and then I put it in that folder on my phone. Another thing is when you go shopping, I mean, if you're somebody who does easily get overwhelmed going into thrift stores or consignment stores because of the selection and variety, then choose one thing. Like just choose one thing. And this was a tip from my friend Gina, who we had talked about this. Choose one category. Like I'm just gonna look at the blazers today, or I'm just gonna look at the blouses, or I'm just gonna look at the jeans. Whatever that thing, what is tickling me? Another tulle skirt. It was just tickling me. That was a little distracting. Anyway, so choose one category of things that you are going to look for. And if you get through those and you feel great, you want to keep looking, you want to spend more time, you're still feeling clear-headed, great, look more. But again, if you are somebody who just gets totally overwhelmed and disgusted with the whole process of shopping secondhand, please just choose one category and stay in that lane. Put the blinders on and just look at those things. The last thing I want to share, because when I actually started shopping secondhand, I fell victim to this many times. Resist the good deal. Resist buying something just for the good deal. Now, if you live here in Arizona, you know, just as an example, Goodwill. We have amazing Goodwills. They have great inventory. I shop there quite a bit. And we also have these amazing sales. Every Thursday, they do $1 a day. Fabulous. But beware the good deal, because I have many times come home with a bag full of stuff that I bought just because it was $1. And it's like, oh, it's just $1, you know, it's not hurting anyone, or, you know, I'll just buy it, you know, I'll use it at some point. But if you don't really love it, if you don't really have a need for it, leave it for someone else. But again, just resist the good deal just for the sake of the good deal. Because we can get into that, you know, trap of just buying things because they're a good deal and then realizing later, whether it was $1 or not, whether it was $50 or not, if you're not going to use it, that's not really sustainable shopping. That's not really conscious shopping at the end of the day. And that's what this is all about for me. So resist the good deal. And that's just, you know, something that I've had to work through on my own, because I love a good deal for sure, just as much as the next person. But still, we want a closet full of clothes that we're gonna wear. We want a closet full of clothes that we love. So that's one little thing, and we can talk more about that in the future, but that's just about it for now. Hey guys, so if anyone has any other questions, let me know. A few things I want to share. Thursday, I'm going to be going live with my friend Carissa. Follow her at Be Fearless on a Budget, Carissa Dantas. She is a thrift store stylist and a shopper. And I used to be a thrift store stylist and a shopper, so she has a special place in my heart. She's doing amazing work, and she is offering some really great content, really helpful content. But I will be going live with her on her Instagram on Thursday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please tune in. If you have questions that you want me to answer, please send them to me. Or if you have questions for Carissa, please DM her. Again, it's at Be Fearless on a Budget. And when I post this video to my IGTV, I'll make sure that all of those credits that I mentioned will be in the comments there. So I'll see you again Thursday, 11 a.m. Again, I will see you Friday right here live for another ReFashion Talk, Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I do have a brief, loose outline of some things I'm going to cover on Friday. But if you have anything else that, you know, topic suggestions, constructive criticism, even, then please send it my way. I would love to, you know, answer your questions, and I would love to see your comments. Another thing I want to share, if you're looking for more positive and uplifting content right now, please check out TBC Consignment. Every Wednesday right now, they're doing these really cool interviews. Chrissy Sayer, the founder of TBC Consignment, she goes live with a celebrity stylist that's based in New York, Lisa Von Weiss. Forgive me if I'm saying your last name wrong, Lisa, but I watched the last few times. They are amazing. They have great chemistry, and they're talking more about editing your closet. And Lisa, she is good. She is so good. She offers some really helpful advice. I mean, she goes deep. It is good. So tune into them. Every Wednesday they go live. It's 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's TBC consignment. Also, please check out Remake. Here on Instagram, it's Remake Our World. Remake is an organization I work very closely with. They're a nonprofit. Their website is remake.world. Right now, they have a petition to help the garment workers get paid. It's the hashtag #PayUp petition. If you go to their Instagram, you can find a link if you want to read more about that. If it's something you want to support, I hope you will. And where you can sign that, again, at Remake Our World. I'm not going to talk too much about that right now. It's a super loaded topic, but basically our garment workers are getting screwed all over the planet. Canceled orders, brands are not paying the factories, so the factories are not paying the garment workers, and a lot of them are out of jobs. So please check out Remake Our World, and I hope you will support them. They are doing amazing work to help, form a conscious consumer movement and also use fashion for good. So hey Blanca, hey Tie-Dye Company, thank you guys. All right, have an awesome week. If you're getting dressed, please tag me. I want to see what you're wearing, or DM me. I want to see what you're wearing. And again, let me know, is that working for you? Has that been helpful for you? Is it also therapeutic for you? Because it has been super therapeutic for me. If you follow my daily looks in my stories, let me know. Is that helpful at all for you? And let me know, what do you think of my jewelry? Hey, for upcycling, right? Let me know, what do you think of my jewelry? P.S. I made this. Proud of it. So if you make your own jewelry as well, if you're restyling, reworking, broken stuff you find around your home, please DM me. Let me know. I would love to see it. Give me some ideas. All right, guys. See you. Thank you. And yes, thank you, Blanca. Please check them out. I will see you on Friday. Again, I apologize for the horrible acoustics, the horrible lighting, the backdrop, subpar, lack thereof makeup, but I will see you regardless on Friday, ReFashionTalk Live. Bye-bye.